He doesn't like what I said. But he knows how to make money. He's great in this business. He's helped a lot of people. And he's about to show you exactly what things you need to do to really be successful in this business. Without further ado, everybody put your hands together.
Let's do it. How's everyone doing?
Great.
Woo! Yeah, I love it. I love it because we're on the 20th floor right now. We're enjoying ourselves.
Good.
It's good. It's great. And we're just getting started. You know, I know we just formed and started hosting our own events just this month actually, just coming out of Detroit. So we're excited, and all you guys here, y'all are all pioneers, right? And the great thing about pioneers is my mentor always told me, you know, even though it's the toughest part, just because we're starting up the market, the great thing and the worst thing about it is it's going to be tough, it's going to be hard, we're going to have a steep learning curve, but the great part is, my mentor always told me, the pioneer with the most arrows at the end of the day owns the most land. So just an overview of this entire Houston, Texas, 4, 5, 6 million people here. We got a lot of people to help out, right?
Yeah.
And so I'm going to the mindset of having an entrepreneurial mindset because prior to ACN, you know, like Willie said, I was in corporate, you know, graduated UT Austin, worked for BBB Compass as an analyst, did that for a couple of years, and you know, I thought it was good, right? I was earning that average salary, and you don't know you're in the prison unless you get out of one. You know, so when Mr. Kim reached out to me, I saw the info. It was a no-brainer. Got started that night. Part-time within 6 months, following the system, attending trainings like this, I was able to surpass my full-time income doing this business part-time. So when that happens, you go into the boss's office and you know you kind of rub your eyes a little bit, and then your boss is kind of like, wait, you know, Holly, is everything okay? You know, just because they're worried about workers' comp. You know, they don't want you getting sick and stuff. And, you know, you just, I don't know, I just can't see myself working here anymore. And then so anyway, we went out there, you know, went out to Austin, went out to California, built there for a couple of years. And right now we're coming back to Houston. Mr. Kim, everyone's right now on the same page just because of everything that's happening with ACN as a company. And right now you got to understand that versus the employee mindset, we got to take that cap off, we got to put the entrepreneurial mindset on. You know, and the best part about this business and the worst part about this business is that you are your own boss. You know, sometimes I wish this business cost like $500,000 or at least $5,000. A lot of times we treat this business like a $500 business. We treat it like a hobby. You make hobby money. You know, the best thing about, you know, it's like I've met people that own multiple franchises, spent multiple 6 figures getting into business, and they have their franchise system, whether it's McDonald's, university. I mean, did you know that if you want to own your own franchise, you have to put at least, what, 1.5 to 2 million to open up your McDonald's franchise? And then you have to go to McDonald's University, which is in Michigan, and you got to go there for a couple months and follow their system, and within, what, 4, 5, 6 years, then you can start breaking even and making, you know, profit. So the best thing about ACN, you can make your profit as soon as your first week, first month. You know, and so gotta have that entrepreneurial mindset. If it's meant to be, it's up to me. So we're gonna get started off with the mindset again, like I said, for the 10th time. But first part, just in anything in life, is you gotta make a decision. You gotta know exactly where you're going, right? And it all starts with a white hot brand desire. If you've ever read the book Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, that was the first success book that I read. And he said you gotta have a white hot brand desire. And he kind of put it like this. My mentor said, if you see this building, y'all see the building right across from there? If we put a 2x4 plank and laid it 2 feet above the ground from this tower to that tower, how many of you would walk that plank for like $500? Yeah, of course. It's no big deal. You fall off, you're just like, whatever, you get back on. But what if we put that 2x4 plank on this floor and put it across there, and it was during Hurricane Harvey time where it's windy a little bit? How many people walk that plank now for $10,000?
I'll do it. I'll do that.
Okay, there's always one crazy guy, but crazy people make crazy money, you know what I mean? How many of you do that for $1 million?
Yeah.
Dang, it's Saturday morning, huh? That's what I'm talking about. But most people wouldn't, just because your life isn't worth that money. Does it make sense?
Yeah.
What if that building was on fire and your loved one, let's say your spouse, your husband, your wife, let's say your children, anybody got kids in here? Right? Imagine your children being there. You got your loved one, you got your family there. Imagine they were there in a burning building. How many of you wouldn't take a penny? You wouldn't even take a second's hesitation. You would run across that plank and back, do or die, because you're willing to die for it. Does it make sense? So you gotta find a why that'll make you cry. You gotta find a why that gets you so fired up, it pulls you every single day. And that's what got me going. You know, I just thought and had a picture, you know, my family, and every time I, you know, saw my mom, single mom supporting me and my, you know, sister and my uncle too, that every day that I wasn't progressing and making moves in the business was another day that she had to work. So that was what my why was, right? And your why will change and expand. But bottom line is, does it make sense? Whatever it is, what's your why, right? Time with family. Some people don't need to make $1 million, right? Some people just want time for them to do what they want with whoever they want, whenever they want, right? Whether it's college education, being debt free, new home, family vacation, just options. I mean, who wouldn't mind having options?
Right.
Now, I believe we weren't, manufactured to be junk. You know what I mean? Like we were created out of what, millions of sperm, and it created you. Like you're unique. So we're meant to have so much. So again, determine your reason why, and you got to make a decision, right? That's decision. Decide just cutting off of all things, and that's making a decision that you're gonna do this thing, right?
Yep.
Sometimes I see the business, and even me too. Sometimes, I try to eliminate. See, I just said it. You want to eliminate the word try from your vocabulary, because to try is to lie. To try is saying I will do it, but it's Saturday morning. It's not for me, right? I would do it, but I would call this customer, but I'm scared of rejection, right? It's like if you try, you give room for failure. So don't even eliminate that word from your vocabulary, and that's straight up just making a decision. Plant your flag. We're gonna take this room. Right now it's like beginning garage days. Steve Jobs, Mark, like we just getting started. Or we're gonna add a couple zeros to this. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna have a couple hundred people. At the end of the year, we're gonna have 1,000, 2018. But it all starts with all of us as a team and as a group making the decision together, right? And through that, all of us is gonna win. So again, learning curve. Everyone's gonna experience the learning curve when you do their business, but that's a fact in life. You start a relationship, guess what? Your first, second, third date is not a learning curve, right? You start your first class, you're not gonna learn algebra in one day. You're not gonna learn ACN in one day. I've been in the business for several years, and I still don't know what I'm doing. I'm just following the system. I'm listening to my mentorship. I'm being coachable. That's all I'm doing. So just know it's a learning process. Learn and earn as you go, and as you do it, you're gonna have an emotional roller coaster, right? So we're all gonna experience it. How many of you are within the last 30, 60 days in? Oh, okay. So everyone's pretty okay. So I'm speaking to entrepreneurs right now. Like y'all bulletproof mindset, right? But you're gonna go through an emotional roller coaster, right? Whether it's in the business, you get started, you reach out to a couple people. That my first experience, I reached out to a friend. I was like, hey, come out. There's a business event opportunity. He's like, I'm coming down. I'm like, dang, SVP 6 months be getting rich, right? I was like, bitch, I was like jacked sideways, right? Next thing you know, I was like, all right, let me get some customers. So I reached out to my mom. I was like, hey, mom, right? I can hook you up on some energy. Compare the numbers. She's a numbers woman, right? So I say, I could cut your bill at least 40% off your energy bill. Just look at the numbers. She's like, no, I'm not going to get with your energy company. I've been with Reliant for like 10 plus years. Reliant's my best friend. I've been with Reliant. My dog's named Reliant. I would have named you Reliant. You know what I mean? But I'm relying on you to make some money right now. I was like, man, you won't even be my energy customer. I mean, how can I even get any customer? So then guess what? I was like, oh my gosh, down low. If I can't even get my mom as a customer, what can I do, right? And I'll tell a little bit of the story a bit later, but I just reached out to her sister who was in Canada, and she didn't know, got her on her internet, phone, and TV service. And then when my mom found out, she was pissed off, but that's another story, right? But I got my services, but entrepreneurs always find a way. Does it make sense? Yeah. Next thing I know, I come out to an event, I'm expecting some of my friends coming out. I got 4 or 5 people that are expecting to come out, and I'm all excited, right? And then I start calling them, texting them, hey, where you at? Right? No response. It's 9:30 to 9:45 a.m. at a Saturday training. I'm like, we do what we call the ACM lean. If you've been in the business, the ACM lean is, you're sitting over here, but you're like waiting on your guests. You come like,
Who was
start
that
calling them,
though?
it goes doo-doo-doo, like phone out is like they block. I'm like, dang, like they didn't come out. Oh man, it's like all of a sudden you down low. The next day someone comes up, hey, something actually happened.